Hello, chat about. Right, confession time. I've recently discovered that I'm now a type 2 diabetic at the grand age of 63 and apparently slightly overweight. Let's be honest, I'm not winning any beauty contests either. But that comes as a shock. The doctor sat me down last time I went and explained that it might be time to make a few lifestyle changes. And by a few lifestyle changes, what she meant was no more kebabs, no more pizza, no more chips, no more of anything that actually makes life worth living. Apparently, it could have blown me down, but I didn't realise. Years of scientific research has proven that kebabs, pizza and chips are not in fact part of a balanced diet. Who knew? Now, this obviously came as a bit of a surprise. I bet you're surprised too. The kebab shop owner around here knows my name, knows my order, knows my motorbike. I've always assumed that kebabs counted as one of the major food groups, but apparently it doesn't. Instead, now I have to eat sensible things, fish, eggs, chicken, vegetables, salad, nuts, berries, all the foods that apparently are much better for diabetics, but much worse for morale. Basically all the things that rabbits eat. I'm not convinced that's real food. On top of that, my doctor has prescribed me Monjaro, which I recently started using. So now once a week, I have to jab myself with a needle, which, if I'm honest, isn't something I ever imagined that I'd end up doing on a weekly activity. And apparently, Monjaro isn't a magical treatment that just works. I'm also supposed to eat better, exercise more, and lose some weight. Now, to help me motivate myself, I thought I'd keep track of my progress, which raises an important question. Do I dig out my rusty old bathroom scales, stand on them every morning, hoping the rust that's accumulated over the years didn't make them collapse, or maybe the weight of my big fat arse, and then carefully write down the numbers in a notebook with an actual pen? Yeah, a pen. Bugger that. This is a digital age. So I sat there thinking, surely there must be some clever arse bright spark who's invented smart scales by now. Scales that connect to your phone, track everything automatically and tell you how well you're doing, and save you a cost from doing maths in the morning before you've had a coffee. So I went looking, and yes, there are loads of the things. Some look like they're made for children's toy shops, some look like they're constructed from recycled pie tins, and some look so expensive that even the richest of the rich would probably say steady on there, mate. But eventually I managed to find a set that looked like it might fit the bill. So in this video we're going to take a little look at them. We'll have a look at the box. Yeah, I know, thrilling, isn't it? We'll see what you get inside the box, and I'll give you my first impressions. I'll attempt to set them up, and I say attempt. You know what instructions are like, especially Chinese things. Probably throw the instructions away. And once I've had a play with them, I'll let you know whether they're actually any good or not, or whether I should get stuck with the rusty scales and a pencil. Right then, let's get on with it. Oh, and before we get on with it, don't forget, if you like my videos, or even if you don't, please do like, subscribe, share, comment. Thank you. Now let's get on with it. So it's arrived anyway, and as you see, it's made by Eufy. Now I did look at a Slater's one. Was it Slater's or Tower or something like that? I can't remember now. And the reviews on it were a bit crap, whereas the reviews on this one were actually pretty good. So Eufy is what I went with. This is the box. It's not very big, well, not very thick. It's not particularly heavy, but there's the box, and as you can see, it's Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Uses a mobile phone app so you can store your data, I presume. We'll look at that in a minute. A few things. It measures 15 body measures. Now, I don't know what that means, 15 body measures, but that's what it does. It uses body models, so apparently it puts a picture of what you look like on your phone, so I need a wide screen. It's 50 grams, accurate up to 50 grams, apparently. Sync free. It says here, Eufy Life app with Apple Health or Google Fit or Fitbit. It connects with them as well. Quite a smart looking thing. It's called the Smart Scale P2. On the side, it's got all your CE, and no good me looking at it, not showing you, all your CE and stuff like that. A plastic handle that side. This side, there's more technical specifications, and it shows you here that you can use the Google app or an Apple app for it. On the bottom of the box, it says it does weight, body fat, BMI, muscle mass and BMR, and 10 more. It tells you how many kebabs you can have, probably. I don't know. And that's about it. On the back, there's a load of stuff on the back. It tells you health you can see. That's all German and Swahili. Tells you a bit about your U-body model on your phone. Tells you about how it analyses the data. Apparently it's got a calorie manager, it'd be interesting, and it's IP5 plus waterproof as well. The thing, it's the scales themselves. So that's the box. Let's open it and have a look and see what you get. A pair of scales, I hope. And what else is in the box? So when you open the box, I'm sorry I'm not showing you actually that, there's a cover on top of the scales, which, there you go, get the light right, tells you how to stand on them, how to put, tells you not to use them on a soft surface like carpet. You're supposed to use them on a hard surface. Shows you how to clean them, says don't get on them with sweaty feet. It recommends not wearing socks. And what's that there? Completely closed. Tells you to close the battery cover once you put the batteries in. Would have thought of that. I'd have left them open so they could fall out myself. But hey. Then in the box, I'm just taking the scales out. Also in the box, it's actually really well thought out. In the middle here, there's an instruction book which we might look at. Down the bottom, there's batteries. They're not Duracell or anything like that. They're Tihan Huang Ho Yo Yang Yang batteries. One thing I'm quite impressed with, which I didn't expect, here they've given you a tape measure, so you can actually see how fat you are. I presume you're going to need to tell the app how fat you are, so it can work out your BMI. That's my guess. And then the scales themselves come in a plastic bag, and there they are. They're actually quite smart. 4 nice metal pads here, like a glass surface. On the back of them, you've got your normal CE panel and stuff like that, and a battery box, and well, it says unit there. I don't know whether that's a button or what. And they're not padded feet, but they seem to move around slightly, so they must have a spring or something in there. And obviously your batteries just go into the battery box, which are provided, which is quite good. So I suppose the next step is to read the instructions, maybe. Put the battery, well, I'm just going to put the batteries in. And then I might need to read the instructions for working out how to connect the app. So put the batteries in, I will, and then I'll show you turning it on. So as I showed you a minute ago, it's very, very easy. You just lift off the panel. Sometimes have a stupid screw in there you have to put in. And then your four AAA batteries go into here. I don't know why I'm showing you how to put batteries in. I'm sure everybody in the planet has worked out how to put batteries in by now. And then you put your cover back on. Job done. Turn it over. Oh, and it's already on. There you go. So that's them on. So it's set the phone up now. So here's the user manual. It's quite a thick jobby actually, unusually. But only a little bit of it is English. The rest of it is all double Swahili and stuff. But it looks quite reasonable, to be honest. There's a good menu on it, not menu, index, and the printing is predictably tiny, rather than giving you a big manual. Or why don't they use PDF and stuff like that these days, instead of giving you these paper things? It'd be a lot better environmentally and easier. And if you're going to use a smartphone, you must be able to access a PDF, you would have thought, rather than having this. Anyway, it looks pretty good. Shows you how to put the batteries in, tells you about measurements. Importantly, tells you about the app. So let me have a read of that and I'll come back to you. So the first thing you need to do is open the App Store, and it says to look for Eufy Life app. And I'll tell you, there we go, Eufy Life. It's not an IV vacuum cleaner, Eufy Life. So let's get the app. So now we've downloaded it, let's open the app. And then we've got to, this is the main screen obviously, and you can go in by guest mode it looks like, but I'm going to sign up. So let's sign up. Ask me for my email address, which I'll give it there. I'll put in my own password. So, no devices, add a device to it to enjoy it. Add device, Smart Scale. Before using the Smart Scale, we need to calculate your body weight and all the rest of it. You can't enter it at the moment, so I'll take it. There you go. So, add member. I'll put the details in here. Height, I'm around about 6 foot. Probably shrink now, I'm getting older, you know. 6 foot. Normal mode, whatever that means. Certainly not an athlete mode, so normal mode. There, so save. Please step on the scale first so the scale lights up. Bluetooth on, and it's found the scale very, very quickly. Smart Scale is connected. Continue. Connect to Wi-Fi. And it's connecting it to the Wi-Fi. So it's saying now, place the scale on a hard surface. Press the centre of the scale to turn it on. Wait for OO to display. Stand on the scale with bare feet. Start. The scales themselves are flashing now, and there you go. So on this screen here, it's recorded what my BMI is, what my muscle mass is, what my body fat level is, what my weight is, 243.3 pounds. We can set a goal. So birthdays there, height, weight, body fat, muscle max. Next, I want to lose weight. My target weight, well, I'm not sure what is. I would like to get down to about 12 stone. 168.2 then. There you go. That's where I'd like it to be. Target body fat for normal people, 18 to 24%. So let's be realistic then and put it on 24%. Not that I'm normal. I'm far from normal. Then it says completion time. I think that's a bit unrealistic. So we'll give it, say, a year. And Let's go to next. That's what, apparently, what I look like now, which is probably about right. Bigger ass, maybe. And that's what I will look like. My plan is then to lose 74.7 pounds, 24% body fat over 366 days. Expected weekly weight loss of 1.5 pounds. And then done. There you go. There's your calorie intake there. View report. I don't know what that is. So you get weekly reports. I take this is what you've been, activities you've been doing. Monthly reports, there's none there yet, obviously. You can link this to your phone as well somehow. And then on me, you've got units, weight reminders, data, messages, and that's about it. So that's the phone side of it, which looks pretty good. I'm quite impressed, to be honest. So what are my final thoughts on Eufy then, on these scales? Well, they are online. I think they're about £79 in some places. I've seen them as little as 49 in other places. I'll be honest, I signed up for a catalogue and got £10 off, so I got them for 39 quid, which is pretty good. And my scales had packed in, and doctor says I had to, kind of keep a track of my weight and stuff. And so it was a good thing. I had to have a set of scales, and it's pointless buying a cheap, crappy pair, which are going to be not very accurate anyway. So that's why I got them, and it'll record it all on the screen for me as well and give me targets, and so it needed to be done. Anyway, there they are. So briefly, the packaging, the box, the instruction book and that was very, very good. I had a quick look through the instruction book, and apart from it being minuscule text, it's very clear. My suggestion to Eufy would be put it on screen on the computer as a PDF. Or as a web page, so it's easy to use. Also, I'm very impressed with the fact it comes with batteries. It's well packed, and the addition of the little tape measure, it was very good as well. That's a nice little touch, that is. The scales themselves are very well made. They look well made anyway. They're clean and functional, and the app is brilliant, easy to get onto, and seems quite easy to use. And what else do you want from a set of scales? So, recommended. As I said earlier on, don't forget to comment, like, share, and whatever else you've got to do. If you like my videos, or even if you don't. So until next time, bye-bye.